What's up, guys? Danny here from Just Ride LA in beautiful Los Angeles, California. Today we're going to go over how to build your bike to be ready to hit the road. We have built these bikes for you in store. We have tuned them for you by our professional techs. We've repacked them for you, and they're coming straight to you ready to ride. So it really shouldn't take you any longer than 15-20 minutes. If at any time you don't feel comfortable rebuilding your own bike, we're more than happy to help. Give us a call with our phone number down below, or shoot us an email, and we can even connect you with your local shop. But we've essentially done all the hard work for you, so all you need to do is take the bike out of the box, take the packaging off, put it together, and it's good to go. So without further ado, we're going to dive right in. Make sure you have a few of these essential tools in order to make your life easy in the building process. All right, so depending on your bike, these are most of the tools that you're going to need. An adjustable Allen key wrench, a razor blade, snippets or scissors. That is a torque wrench, so you don't over tighten anything, especially for carbon fiber, adjustable wrench, and a floor pump. This is essentially what you will need, plus or minus. And we're going to start with your handlebars. But before you do that, your bike is most likely going to be on the ground, so we're going to want to straddle ourselves over just to kind of secure it in case she wants to tip over. So we're going to grab her bars, we're going to bring them up. And see, I'm kind of sandwiching it with my knees right there. And I have the faceplate off to the side. It's going to come secure, so you got to take that guy off. Be patient, take a few breaths. Sometimes these can be a little finicky. It takes a little finessing to get them to thread. But then once you get a few to thread, the rest are pretty straightforward. So we want to make sure it's all aligned. You have some guides right here that shows you if it's in the middle. Right now it doesn't matter too much. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it because we're going to revisit that later. And another thing I want to also mention is your stem cap, along with these side bolts that secure your stem to the handlebars to the fork are going to be a little bit tight, so you're going to want to loosen those bad boys up just a hair in order to straighten this all out. Let's tighten that up a little bit more so it doesn't loosen up. About hand tight. Alrighty, give yourself a pat on the back. That can be probably the most challenging part. Take a deep breath, say good job. Now we're going to move to the next step. We're going to set our Allen key to the side. We're going to grab our front wheel. And again, I'm still straddled over the bike. Through axles are incredible because it makes your life a lot easier to line everything up. So the way we're going to do that, disc on the side of your brake, lifting the bike up by the stem, and I'm going to basically guide, you guys can see that from the front, guiding the disc into that front caliper, and it should go as so. Usually it falls right into place. Be gentle. Boom, there we go. Do that. Feed the axle to the non-drive side, so the left side. Non-drive side is where your crank is not. Hence non-drive side. Then we're going to screw that bad boy in. The through axle makes your life a lot easier, and you can just kind of feel that finger tight, go a little bit past that, and that's good. There we go. As you can see, this is still a little bit loose. Not a problem. We're going to revisit that shortly, right? So we're going to leave that bad boy here, and now we're going to make our way to the center of the bike, and for here we're going to install the seat post with this really cool defused seat clamp. In this particular case, you're going to want to use a little bit of grease. For today's video, we did not have that because we didn't want to get too messy for you guys. We want to keep it nice and clean so you see the clean and sexy part of building bikes. But yeah, you're going to want to just put a little dab of grease. If it's a carbon bike, yeah, that's another special taste. You just need very little bit on the bottom portion of it. Slide this guy in. See, and I'm already doing it backwards. This goes in the front, right? And see how it says that right there, 6 Newton meters? That's going to be our torque spec for that. All throughout the bike, you're going to have little Newton meter recommendations and actual torque specs. You want to make sure you follow that. So not really a recommendation, that is what you want to keep it at. Cool. So sometimes you have to make sure you loosen this up, not too much, but be very patient with it. Sandwich this onto the post and then slide it in. You don't want it sticking out either. I'm going to loosen it up just a little bit more so she drops in. There we go. Oh, now we're in. Generally speaking, you want the seat to be right by your hip bone, right? So that's where my hip bone is, right about there. I'm going to maybe go a little bit lower to start and then tighten that up. We also do highly recommend getting a professional bike fit, especially if you're getting a road bike. It is worth the investment for sure. We're just hand tightening that as well. And then we're going to grab our torque wrench and torque it all down. So, notice how my handlebars are all crooked. We definitely don't want it looking like that. Let me grab my torque wrench. And let's see over here as well. So, also over here is max 6 Newton meters, right? So in this case, we already have it dialed in 6 Newton meters. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right? It's a very common measurement for many bikes. So I have that set at 6. I put it on here. That's the best part with these tools. I hold it on the front, I crank it up. And once it's at the Newton meter spec that I need it to be, it's going to basically not let me go past that. That's what a torque wrench does. But before I get tight, see I'm lining everything up. I'm standing over the bike once again, looking at the front end. I like to close one eye. Right now I see this tilted to the left. Sorry, your left, my right. I'm going to scoot that over just a hair. This part takes a few times sometimes, which is totally cool. Cool. Now I have that guy tightened up, and I didn't go fully, right? Because I also want to balance it out with the other side. And that goes for anything. Even with cars, you want to make sure you're tightening it all up evenly. There we go. And it's going to stop in a second. You want to go slowly. So, gotta go quite a bit. See how I'm holding the actual wrench itself and not the socket? So it does its job. There we go. You guys see that little click? That means I'm at my torque spec. I want to see if you guys can see that. See that? It's telling me don't go past that. You'll feel it, right? So that's why it's important to go slowly. Now our stem. If you look at it from the side, right now this is kind of in the air, right? Generally speaking, we want this to be fairly leveled. Now, if you really want to geek out on this stuff, right, you can put a clipboard here, put a level on it, and kind of have that as your starting point. But again, a professional bike fit will go over all of that. I don't know if you guys noticed now, but my stem is completely off to the side, right? So I'm going to loosen this bad boy up a bit, just a bit, for it to loosen so I can adjust it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I'm going to scoot this over, and it's really nice. Most bars will have a lot of these markings here, so you can kind of use that as your guide. You guys see that? Perfectly centered, right? So what threw me off was this line. That's just a line for design. You really want to follow all of these measurements right there. Tilt the bad boy down, switch it back to righty-tighty, and then you can kind of go like that as well at first. So you don't have to use the whole wrench, just kind of tighten that up like that until we're ready to torque it this way. All right, cool. Now we're going to start at the top again, and then kind of go at a diagonal. We're going to stop top right, bottom left. Going, keep going, keep going. Boom, that was my torque. And you might have to adjust this a few times, not to worry. We just want to get you out for that first ride. Boom. Like I said, the bike fit is highly recommended. If you guys are in LA, we can totally refer you out to someone. If you're out of state, we have no problem finding good recommendations. Nice, now we're all torqued to spec. Let's not forget the last piece, the top stem cap. Flash that bad boy in there. Let's also torque that down to 6 Newton meters. And you're all set. Last but not least, well, second to last, is your seat post. That's also 6 Newton meters. Let's tighten this bad boy. And this makes it a lot easier to tighten. I don't know if you guys saw, but I was struggling with that Allen key. There we go. Let's torque this back. Got a little cover. Put that bad boy down. 2 more final steps and we're ready to hit the road. Now, many road bikes don't come with pedals, so make sure you check with us so we can make a recommendation. Generally speaking, we recommend SPD SL, SPD. There's tons of others as well, and different price points. So, this is probably the second trickiest part because pedals are backwards the way you install them. Usually you'll see the logo. Most pedals will have a left or right stamp on it. Some of them, of course, don't. They love testing this. There we go. See, I'm twisting it forward. It goes on. I'm going to do the back one. All right. And that's forward as well. And then to torque these, Allen key in the back on most pedals. You're going to twist that forward. Boom. And then for the back pedal, I'm going to bring this back boy up. There we go. And you really want to make sure these are pretty tight because you don't want them falling off. There we go. Awesome. Alrighty guys, so we're at the final step on filling up your air and then you're ready to hit the road. So generally speaking, our recommendation is 10 to 15 PSI below the max. That's a very general recommendation. Do not quote me on that, but just to get you going, that's usually a good spot to start. In this case, on these tires, if we spin this around, they're all gonna have a label on them. Thank you to our friends at Giant for making this one visible. Some of them are much harder to read, so just be patient, try to find the spot. In this case, it's 85 PSI maximum. So I'm gonna set it at 70 PSI, right? Now, we have a Presta valve. This is the skinny valve. You wanna open up the nipple, give it a little purge. Then we are going to put the pump on there, engage the rim. Now we can fill it up. So it came with a little bit of air. Easiest way to pump is all the way up. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. It helps, especially when you're filling it up quite a bit. 72, I'm happy with that. Then close the valve grabber, pop this off, close the nipple, and you are ready to roll. Alrighty, thank you for watching, guys. We hope this video helped you get on the road quickly and safely. Once again, if you have any questions, please drop us an email, shoot us a call, shoot us a DM at JustRideLA on Instagram, info@justridela.com, 213-745-6783. Let's get you rolling on the bike of your dreams. We can ship anywhere in the country, get you a sweet Content AR, an aluminum road bike that start around $1,000, or we can get you a full carbon fiber TCR, full carbon fiber Langma for all of our lady racers out there. We have many bikes for every type of style and goal. We specialize in city and road, and we're here for you. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you very soon.